też.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here, or you'll end up like Rogvir.
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Svar, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother.
On with it!
You betrayed us!
You should tell her that her uncle is
Traitor!
betrayed his High King. Best she know now, Advar.
You're all heart, Vivian.
Rogvir, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torrig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude. He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric
Liar.
challenged Torrig. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords. Boo! On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
Ale leci.
You never did tell me about your parents. I mean, you were Dragonborn. So, do you have ancestors that are dragons? That would be really disturbing if you did.
Ale żeś dostał.
Good riddance to bad rubbish, I say.
I think I expected more.
It shouldn't have been like
We
this.
shouldn't leave Solitude without trying our fish. Best in Skyrim. Not right now.
Rogvir, why did it have to be like this?
Still here.
Hmm?
Mind yourself in my city, lass. This here, you stay out of trouble now. The Castle Dower done. I'm the headsman here in Solitude. It's my job. Depends on what you mean by busy. I'm also the head jailer in the dungeon here. Quiet job, usually. Ain't got one, but I'd fancy a chance at that Jari Ra's scrawny neck. Filthy Argonian never would have set foot in this city if High King Torrig was still alive. I can tell you that. Keep your head about you.
Spare some gold for a veteran? What? You see a man falling on hard times, and you think he's been like that forever? I was there. I fought in the Great War. I was on the field at Anvil. And when I was struck down,
They left me. You understand? They left me for dead. I didn't leave them. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. It's best you leave me be.
I'm not interested, Jari. It doesn't matter how many...
You were there for Rogvir's execution. Perhaps, but necessary. My cousin Fura is somewhere out there in Skyrim right now, fighting Ulfric Stormcloak and his damned insurrectionists. She wouldn't have to be there at all if it weren't for Rogvir. And my aunt wouldn't have to worry about her daughter. You really don't know? He lets Ulfric Stormcloak escape Solitude. Ulfric rides in, murders the High King, and Rogvir lets him ride right back out. Most people head over to the Winking Skeever. If you're not interested in music or drink, you can at least talk to Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the latest gossip. People to see and places to go, huh? Later, then. Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the latest...
No cóż. Robić.
You look like an adventurous one. I bet we're kindred spirits, you and I.
You know you can afford a septim or two.
Delight. Another charming... It is when my customers waste time chatting and not buying. Radiant Raiment has the finest attire in all of Skyrim. That is how we get business. Finally.
O, ale
Why,
z tobą
hello.
porozmawiać.
Here to buy? If you have to ask the price, you might be in the wrong store. Nothing at all. It's very nice. If you want something with a little more style, however, you should see what we have available. You're really going to the Blue Palace? That presents an opportunity. If you are willing to wear one of Radiant Raymond's outfits and speak to the Jarl, I would not only pay you, but let you keep the outfit. Good. Here's the outfit. Try to get Elisif's opinion on it, and if she likes it, mention it's from Radiant Raiment. It's not an insult, just an observation. If I were walking around... Your outfit is something of an open wound, where attire is concerned.
No właśnie.
We provide clothing for all of Solitude's most influential residents. But for you, I'll make an exception.
Kurde. Buty dawajcie, no.
Thank you for your patronage. Oh, what clothes and raiment for the discerning customer.
Co to jest? Nie ma.
Finally. Oh, let me just drop breeches, gowns, clothes for any occasion, really. Thank the... gods for the end of yet another pointless conversation.
Did I tell you about the time I nearly made two without even
I can help with
touching them?
Let's see if
I
we
didn't
can't
feel
find
like
an
wearing
outfit that
clothes that
suits
day.
you.
Mm-hmm. One man nearly choked it. On a piece of bread when he saw me. The other fellow. For a bridge, you nearly drowned.
You want something from me?
Trzeba jest asą, więc...
Hello, I'm Welcome to the center of... Yes, my older brother, and the person you probably want to be speaking to right now. But really, since Torig's death, Falk Firebeard wields the true power of the Jarl's court. My brother is nothing more than a pompous little fop. Oh, if you're looking for a good attitude, go see the bards. They'll fake it for you if nothing else. If you're looking for truth instead, see Noster. He's a good example of what life has to offer. And if you're just looking to feel good, go get some spiced wine from Yvette. But whatever you do, just leave me alone. We'll speak again later, if we must.
Biren said you got here just before the execution. Must have been... Huh. No, that was an ugly affair. High King Torig's death has turned the whole town on its head. Between you and me, he wasn't even that good a king. All of those rambling speeches about the Empire this and the Empire that. Baron's my husband. He works the forge up at Castle Dower. I barely see him nowadays, what with him filling orders for the army. Some might call this junk. Me? I call them treasures.
Yeah.
Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
Hello, Gisley. But you can just... Welcome to the center of the world. Or at least my brother Eriker's world.
Buggy.
Been up to the Blue Palace? It is a sight to see.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. You're a traveler, correct? Have you been to Whiterun? Wonderful. I hadn't really hoped to run into someone who'd been there. My daughter Fura was assigned to Whiterun after she joined the Imperial Army. I was hoping you might have met her. I haven't heard from her lately. I've tried talking to Captain Aldous, but he hasn't been any help. Oh, that's very sweet of you. Anything you can find out from Captain Aldous would be welcome news. No. Mostly, I'm just a simple herbalist. Lami over in Mothall should be able to help you. We mostly carry herbs and alchemical ingredients, that sort of thing. Before the war, our stock was mostly used for aromatic use in homes. Yes. These days, we have more people like you coming in, looking for healing and the like. Take a look.
Miało być odwrotnie.
Don't forget me next time you need herbs, and it's good to take a look.
No i mały crash.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, you're a traveler, correct? What? I haven't heard from her lately. I've tried talk. Oh, that's very sweet of you. No. These days, we have... Take a look. Don't forget me next time you need herbs and potions.
I'm right behind you.
You should see me when you get bored, stranger.
Yes? Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Our hero.
I have no business with you. Leave me.
I tell you, the Dragonborn.
What can I do for you?
If you need a good rumor or two, I think I can oblige.
Yes, Mum.
It's a fine day with you around.
Need something? You want a drink? All right, then.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink. They were smaller back then. I've heard Jari Ra's hanging around the Wells district, looking for new blood to hire. People say there's a man wandering the streets near the Blue Palace. He seems distressed, but he's not making any sense. I think the Bard's College might be looking for recruits. You should speak to the head of the college, Viarmo, if you're interested. Varnius Junius stopped by here on his way to court. He was worried about something. I'm sure Falk Firebeard could tell you what. Magic. You're on the wrong side of... Otherwise, you can try the Jarl's Wizard. I wouldn't, though. Remember the Winking Skeever next... Sore.
Need something?
Calma. Reserva-se.
I tell you the
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed. Take my... Too many drinking games, too many bets, and I'm too old to ever raise the coin on my own. He's a stubborn oaf. I don't know what good it'll do. You should speak to my daughter, Yvette. She's the brains of the family.
For the darkness has passed, and the legend yet grows. You'll know the Dragonborn's come.
Ah, yet another new face. I'm from Hammerfell, you see. I can hardly keep track of all the people I've been meeting. Where the dragon attacked? We've heard rumors of death and fire from the skies, but no real news. Then we should soon be selling arrows by the bushel. A sword is no good against a dragon. Aye, but I'll be here in solitude for longer still. Fiata's skill as a Fletcher drew me to this place. I wanted to learn. And there is still much of Skyrim I wish to see. I hear there is a city, Windhelm, that is nearly white with... what do you call it? Oh yeah, snow. And far to the west lies a ruin, Volskag. Inside there's said to be a wall, black as night, and it speaks in the ancient dragon tongue. There are wonders in this place I never dreamed imaginable. Good to talk to a fellow traveler.
Oh shit.
We drink to our youth. Feel free to make requests. Oh, no. But being surrounded by good music, good drink, and good friends is all I've ever asked for. Generally, if you want rumors, you should talk to Corpulus. That said, I did see a visitor pass through on his way to the Blue Palace. Only in that I'm a graduate. I work here at the Winking Skeever. I would highly recommend it, though. Talk to Viarmo if you're interested. Sure. What can I do for you? Only true Imperials request that one. We drink to our youth, to the days come and gone.
Yes?
For the age passion is just.
And what might you need, hmm?
We'll drive out the storm cloaks and restore what we own. With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home.
What can I do for you?
Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings. On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll sing.
Still here.
We're the children of Sky, and we fight all our lives.
By
And when
blade or
someone
by
God
spell.
reckons
If you want it
spells.
dead, I'll make it dead.
I've only been a
All
part
you
of the
need
Red
to do
Wave's crew for a
is pay
few
my
weeks.
fee.
This
Forget
land
wine
is
and women
ours,
and wealth.
and we'll see it
I hear
wiped
Adenato
clean
Viatelli
of the
staying up in
scourge
Windhelm.
that
I once
has
captained a ship
sullied
called the
our
Argent
hopes and
Raptor.
our
Be good to
She
meet
struck an
someone.
iceberg and went down just north of Windhelm.
Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings.
Still here.
On the day of your death, we will drink and we'll sing.
My father was all the family I ever had. I've seen some truly wondrous sights since I took to
Yes?
the seas. I had no idea a man could die in so many ways.
Hmm?
Feel free to make requests.
Yes?
What can I do for you?
Подумал. Акция.
I wish only to graduate and enroll with the Legion. My drums will lead our troops to victory.
As High Priest of the Eight Divines, I bid you welcome.
Oh. Thank you.
Fresh fish, straight from the fjord.
I've got weapons for given, armor for kept.
Apples, tomatoes, leeks, and cabbages.
New in town, right? If you need a place to sleep, head over. You know, the winking Jarl Elisif the Fair. Poor woman. Losing her husband and king like... Damn! That reminds me. I have a delivery to make to her steward, Falk Firebeard. He ordered a special bottle of Strass Mackay rum. Saved me a lot of trouble. Here. Take it to the... Work in it, I own it. Well, okay. My father owns the Winking Skeever, but it's the family business, so it'll be mine when he can. I showed up to what? I don't know if they were... It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Listen, Rogvir and I grew up together. It was us, a few others, and Vivian. Vivian Onus. I have no idea why, but one day I told Rogvir I... From that point forth, he beat me up, dumped meat on my... We were children, sure, but Rogvir never outgrew that immaturity or his cruelty. So any talk about him being an honorable Nord? Pure folly.
Get your fresh fruit and produce here.
I've got some salmon to sell. Fresh fish. Fresh fish.
Don't mind me, I'm just running errands for the old man.
Proudspire Manor. There's a fine home. Up for sale, too. If you're interested, talk to the steward in the keep.
So, maybe you need a partner, Just picture it. 2 women, the dusty road, strapping men at every tavern, a fortune in gold to be claimed.
True, I may look the part of dashing swordsman, but your typical solitude wench is like the city itself. Stormy exterior, but the charms that lie within.
To z tobą poszedł. Prawda. Nie?
You look new. I'm new too. I think we could be friends.
As High Priest of the 8 Divines, I bid you welcome.
I've got a little work if you're interested, traveler.
Po co? A ty co? Oj.
I don't get what is so special about solitude. You walk in and see someone having their head chopped off, go into his shop and get insulted, and get charged an extortionate rate for a house that you can only get for sucking up to a weak-willed Jarl who would probably pledge allegiance to whichever side happens to win the war.
Damn right. Damn right. There. Jest właśnie.
What are you doing that for?
Proszę.
True, I may look
Właściwie
the
dobrze.
part of dashing swordsman. Why, of course. And will you also be needing the bow that shoots rainbows? Or perhaps a quiver that dispenses beer?
To by było
Look,
na...
if you want arrows, we have them. But don't insult my intelligence. Take a look.
I'm right behind you.
True, I may look the part of dashing sword. Bows and arrows for the mighty huntsman.
Esto.
Perhaps I'll be seeing more of you.
I'm right behind you.
Your typical solitude wench is like the city itself. Stormy exterior, but the charms that lie within.
Jak tam? O ty ku... Jakieś przyjdę do ciebie.
Seems there's no end. It's almost all I have time for these days. The men training here in you should look into joining. They could use to be honest, no. But High King Torig supported them. And now, you could say I'm a king's man at heart. My loyalty lies with solitude. So, where Jarl Elisif leads, I think I would, if it weren't for my son. Oh, Seema would have my... You think Stormcloaks and Legionnaires are there looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage?
Oh. Kurde, nie stać na odkupienie tego.
Return anytime you need arms or armor. Forge never rests.
Yes? Their aim could be steadier, but they're battle-ready. You are the Dragonborn, aren't you? I'm sort of hoping you are going to fight the dragons for us. A normal man is no match for a dragon. Not my finest hour. Rogvir was a fine and honorable man. Sometimes you just do what needs to be, though admittedly, it helps. Generally, posting information is need to know only. I've been trying to find the time and place to let her know. Her daughter was sent to Whiterun. The skirmishes there have been violent. The Whiterun legate, he needed to know the Stormcloak positions. He sent out a party to scout the area. They happened upon a large force. I'm told none of them made it back. Private Morard, Angela's daughter, was in that scouting party. She needs to be told. Come on now. I want those arrows dead center. The lives of your fellow soldiers.
The Divine saved me from the streets, and they can save you from your trials as well.
Got something for just about every... It's good to see a fresh face. You got Aldous to tell you something. I knew you would. I told her. I told her the Imperial Army would kill her. That this was a war of... She just wouldn't hear it. It was brave of you to come to me with this. I can't thank you for it, not for this. But you have done me a service.
Still here. I'm right behind you.
You were there for Rogvir's Perhaps, but necessary. As you know, my cousin Fura died out there fighting for us. She wouldn't have had to if it weren't for Rogvir. If you're looking for potions, you should talk to my aunt, Angeline Morard. You look like an adventurous one. I bet we're kindred spirits, you and I.
We
Thank
need
you
more
for helping
drunk
my
people in
aunt earlier.
Skyrim.
I'll see you around.
That would make things 10 times more fun. I mean, why would the guards discourage drunken behavior when they should be encouraging it? A drunken person is a happy person.
Hmm?
Be careful!
I've got your back. Still here.
Może, ale prawym... Ale nie... Arkaja to mnie nie interesuje.
Hello.
Hello. Goodbye.
You should see me when you get bored, stranger.
Fletching suits
Plenty of
me.
fresh fish
It's
for you.
difficult and sometimes tedious.
Sorry, yes.
But a well-made
It's been
arrow
hard
strikes
on her.
forth like the fury
The girl
of a
misses her uncle. I've tried to explain that Rogvir did something bad, and that we all have to be accountable for our actions. But the child feels what she will. Down at the docks. There are a few good spots if you can avoid the East Empire company workers and those red wave thugs. These are troubled times. Be on your guard out there.
You look like you could do with a ripe apple. Or a tomato. Cabbage. Or leek. I have my ways, but it's not easy these days. The Black Blood Marauders have been plundering ships off the coast. A lot of people been hurt by their foolishness. That I do. I had a messenger from Dragon Bridge stop here on his way to the Blue Palace not too long ago. He was very nervous. Mentioned something about needing help.
Caught daily.
Come back when you figure out how to spend money.
You wouldn't have a few minutes to run down to the docks, would you? Well, I've got a shipment of spices the East Empire Company is holding up. I need someone to convince them to release it. Great. Get back to me when you're done and I'll give you something for your time. Oh, yes. A secret family recipe. The only good thing my father Octave ever did. In fact, it's so good, no one else in Skyrim even tries to make any.
The finest fish here. Caught daily.
They're adequate. Honestly, I rely on the business brought in by the burning of King Olaf, and that's not likely to happen this year. It's a great big festival put on by the bards every year. They burn an effigy of old King Olaf. It's quite a bit of fun. The bards give out spiced wine during the festival, so they put it in a big order. And then, for weeks after, demand is so high, I can barely keep up. But with the death of High King Torig, the festival has been declared in poor taste. So it looks like it won't happen this year. Good luck out there. Seems like a tough time to be wandering Skyrim.
I've got your back. Still here.
The finest fish here. Caught daily.
Still here. I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you.
As High Priest of the Eight Divines, I bid you welcome.
I'm right behind you.
Fresh fish. Fresh fish.
Blessings be with you. Need something?
I've got your back.
Fresh fish. Fresh fish.
Speak quickly.
I think the Fletcher in Solitude is a bit wary of me, after what happened when I asked to try out some of his arrows. I'm usually okay with a bow, but accidents happen. I don't think he ever got over it.
You help me. You help people, right? That's what you do.
Gosh.
My master has abandoned me. Abandoned his people. And nothing I say can change. Now he refuses to even see me. He says I interrupt his vacation. It's been so many years. Won't you please help? Oh, you just don't understand. Without him, I am not free. Without him, I am doomed. All of his empire shall fall into chaos. Last I saw him, he was visiting a friend in the Blue Palace. But no one as mundane as a Jarl. No, no. Such people are below him. No, he went into the forbidden wing of the palace to speak with an old friend. Said it had been ages since they had last had tea. Oh, and you'll need the hip bone. It's very important. No entering Pelagius's wing without that. Yes, but don't try to use force. He's far too mighty. He'd crush you like a clay doll, or drop you from the sky, or simply eat your brain right up. Oh, but he probably won't do those things to you. Probably. Just remind him to come home, and there'll be no fighting or unpleasantness. Probably. He's just a little confused at the moment, is all. Knowing my master, he may very well reward you for bringing him to his senses. Without his guidance, our homeland is falling apart. North wages war against South. The holy flame flickers and dies. We need his return. Oh, but I'm sure he'll repay you when he comes to his senses. His favor is a powerful, powerful thing, and so very worth any inconveniences. He is a great man, but one rarely praised. He rules twin empires that span the length and breadth of our minds. All know him, but few can name him. But he has forbidden me from saying his name. He says it distracts him, and woe to those who draw his ire. But you will know him when you see him. He's the one who made me like this. He stays in the Pelagius wing of the Blue Palace. The doors are locked, and only Falk Firebeard can grant entry. But I hear the maids, Una and Erdi, know how to enter it for cleaning. Surely they could help for such an important matter.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Out of all the Daedric princes, Sanguine is the only one I would actually consider worshipping. He really understands how to have a good and knows the importance of alcohol. I quite like Sheogorath too.
Dobra.
The winking skeever's got warm beds and cold mead. You look like you could use both.
Vamos.
I've got your back.
Unless we have specific business, I'm not interested. Debts are debts. Either he pays them, or his kind do. Fine. You sound like a priest of Mara, but I get your point. Tell him to forget about the gold. Keep your sword, Armstrong.
Sibyl Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that I would never have expected from a human, even a Breton. No, that honor is Sibyl Stentor's. A smart woman steers clear of Stentor, and keeps herself out of the dungeon when she's having a bad day. Let's just say that the headsman's axe may not be the worst way for a Solitude jail prisoner to die. Look at that. I've told you to watch your tongue, and mine is waggling. I've said enough. I make sure Erica keeps breathing. Oh, I think you'll find that magic is rare in Skyrim. Winterhold, though, the college there has it in abundance. Look there if you wish to learn. You are free to leave.
Oh, hello. Just tidying up. Maybe you need a partner, hmm? Just picture it. 2 women. Oh, I'd get in trouble for that. It's not allowed. Besides, it's scary in there. Well, I suppose in that case it's okay to let you in. But only briefly. Be careful and come right back. Don't mess anything up while you're here.
And what might you need?
I swear to you, unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights. We need someone to investigate.
What can I do for you? Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Hafengar's people... It's a fine day with you around.
Got lots of things to take care of. What do you need?
Dragon Bridge is under Imperial control. This is
Oh, did you need something?
Need something?
I've got your back.
Might be called for.
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell
And
Captain
what
Aldous
might
I
you
said to
need?
assign a few extra soldiers to Dragon Bridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. But about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy.
I'm right
You're
behind
dismissed.
I've got what I came for. I better get back to Dragon Bridge.
The Imperials are good for business. Oh, most certainly. At least when Elisif herself asks. If you're inquiring whether we have concerns about her age and inexperience, the Thanes have every confidence in General Tullius's leadership. I'm a Thane. In the future, you may want to gain that information before talking with someone. Risk of looking like an idiot and all that. Return to the court. They simply can't make do without me.
Thane Briley, at your service.
Jarls come and Jarls go. But a good cook stays
I can
for
always
life.
find time to share a
I'm
word with a warrior.
Very good cook.
Is everything all right? I've not heard from Sorley or Pactor in some time. That's good news. I was starting to fear something had happened. You have my thanks. It's been an honor.
25 zł, no.
Many condemn the Stormcloaks, but I refute. This god-forsaken war is dividing
Ryling's
our people
obsession
and
with honor and
destroying our
tradition
land.
is quaint.
Yes.
Politically irrelevant.
Do you have business with the... I am the Jarl's steward. If... Oh, right, the rum. Thank you. I developed a taste for it after a fair-weather trip to Hammerfell. Here, this is for you.
Well.
Of course he does. What sort of a question is that? Maybe you've been listening to Eriker. There's been loose talk among some of the Thanes, and I suspect he's the cause of it. You'll pay those rumors no heed if you wish to retain your welcome in this city. She may be young, but Elisif is the Jarl by right. And here in Skyrim, if nothing else, we respect the traditions of our fathers' fathers. You do well to remember that. That remains to be seen. By rights, she has a legitimate claim as High Queen of Skyrim. But we must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning. Should they accept her rule, we will have peace.
You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. Travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work. The cave has a bad history. Long ago, Potema the Wolf Queen used it for necromantic rituals. That's where it got the name. That was over 500 years ago. Nothing much down there now, but everyone's always convinced the cave is haunted. Feel free to return to me with questions. The Blue
So how
Palace
should we
is
spend our reward? What's
Not
that?
good.
You want to spend it all on me? How generous.
And what might you need?
Please address all questions to the steward, Folk Firebeard.
If you have... With the passing of my dear husband Torig, the weighty position of Jarl has fallen to me. Please direct questions to my steward. Because that's what traitorous cowards do when they desire power. Ulfric coveted the High King's throne. He thought he deserved it more than Torig. And so he came before my husband and he shouted with that terrible voice, like something out of a legend or a nightmare. When Ulfric unleashed such fury, my husband, he simply ceased to be. That is all I will say, for it grieves me to speak of it. Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torig was the High King, and I am his widow. Now is not the time to lay claim to such a title. This land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it. The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim, and like any blight, must be purged. Only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen. A question I am all too familiar with. One my very Thanes ask often. They worry that Tullius is so focused on the war that he risks forgetting what's best for our people. The real irony is that, while General Tullius is certainly no Nord, the people of Skyrim would be lost without him. Trust is always difficult, especially for my people. Yet we must trust in Tullius's leadership. For what other choice do we have? It's quite fetching, actually. The craftsmanship is excellent. Oh, really? Well, you can tell them that I will be putting in a request for a few dresses quite soon. Be well. Pray for Solitude and my husband.
Aż lepszą. mamy wystarczającą jedność.
Do you have business with the court?
If I needed something from you, you would know it. Take care of yourself. Be quick. I have little patience for mundane concerns. I have so very many ways to deal with people. Very few of them are pleasant.
Papierem. O ty kurwa.
Nothing. I'm busy, and I don't like being bothered unless I'm expecting something from you. Oh, don't give me that look. Fine, I suppose I can find some menial task to set your mind on. We have something of a vampire problem. Bodies have been found with blood drained. I know of a den nearby you can wipe out as a precaution. I don't expect you to be capable of even that. I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. Vampires are clever hunters. You're trying my patience. I was a member of the court during the reign of Torig's father. It was Torig who appointed me to the position. I like to think I've aged well. I'm certainly wiser than I once was, and I know when one should speak, and when one should hold their tongue. I was, to my shame. The whole court was in attendance. I've seen much in my time, but that was a gruesome day. Ulfric showed up at the Gates of Solitude requesting an audience. We thought he was here to ask Torig to declare independence. By the time we realized Ulfric was here to challenge Torig, it was already too late. By Nord custom, once the challenge was issued in court, Torig had no choice but to accept. Had he not, Ulfric would have had cause to call a new moot and a new vote for High King. Torig had some martial training, of course, but it mattered little that day. When Ulfric's lips parted, when he unleashed the power of the Thu'um, that shout, that ancient and terrible tongue, ripped Torg asunder.
Ulfric co innego mówił.
I have no time or patience for a student. Perhaps the college... I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this. Take care of yourself, and always remember, the world is ripe with people looking to spill your blood.
Ty pani jesteś wampirem?
Yes. Need something?
I'd better get going.
Yes?
Please address all questions to the steward, Folk Firebeard.
I'm right behind you.
So, what do I have to do to get a drink around here? Actually, I don't think I want to know.
Be quick. I have little patience for mundane concerns.
Don't even think about it.
So very many ways to deal with people. Very few of them pleasant.
Unless we have specific business, I'm not interested.
You like me, eh? Don't fancy those clunky two-handed weapons.
Youngest bard at the Bard's College, at your service.
Dean Inga says a bard can never have enough practice. So, would you like a tune?
Welcome to the Bard's College. I'm the headmaster here. How may I help you? Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people. When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard. Elisif has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bard's College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long ago. Yes, according to Giraud, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem. Not much, but as a bard, I find the whole affair depressing. There are no heroes in this war, no winners to be had, and no real conclusion. If you want something a bard can dig into, look to the dragons. 1,000 years from now, Skyrim will have changed rulers dozens of times, but the return of the dragons, that story is once in an era. Not much, to be honest. Their return was a shock to us all. Gerard Germain has some tomes about them in the library, if you're interested. As you may be aware, Elisif's husband, High King Torig, was recent... I tried to convince... I believe King Olaf's verse not much, to be honest. Their return was a shock to us all. Gerard Germain has some tomes about them in the I think Giraud here would give you the best explanation of both it and the history of King Olaf's verse. You should speak to him about it. I wish you luck in finding the verse. I have faith that you'll return with King Olaf's verse.
I'm Dean of Loot at the Bard's... What? You did? Oh, sweet divines, you did. There is no way I can pay you what this loot is worth. But I can teach you a few tricks I've learned over the years.
Oh,
glad that distraction's over. Watch what you're doing!
I'm right behind you.
Do you think I'm pretty? I'm feeling a little self-conscious. I love saying that to guys when they... with their wives. They don't know what to say. As if they say yes, their wives get jealous. And if they say no, I pretend to be really upset and they feel bad.
Good evening. I'm
What?
Pantia Atia, the master vocalist.
Somehow.
Still here. Still here. You're new here, right? Welcome to the Bard's College. It's like a musical museum. Still here.
Youngest bard at the Bard's College, at your service.
So you can enchant stuff, huh? I bet I could enchant your sword. What? I spent some time at the College of Winterhold, but come to think of it, that was a disaster, so maybe not.
I wish only to graduate and enroll with the Legion. My drums will lead our troops to victory.
Lady Atia says my voice is second only to hers, but she's selling me short. Few can resist my charms. Even fewer are worthy of them.
Anything I can do for you, I will.
Ruszamy. O.
Like me, eh? Don't fancy those clunky two-handed weapons.
Get your fresh fruit and produce here.
Arms and arms.
You and me, we're the only
If
people
you ever
around
want to
who aren't
replace those old rags, stop by Raid. That's wonderful. You've done us a great service. As promised, the outfit is yours, and here's something for your trouble. Remember radiant raiment when you change of attire.
The Divines saved me from the streets, and they can save you from your trials as well.
You stay out of trouble now. The Castle Dower dungeon can break even the strongest will.
Hands to yourself, sneak thief.
You've done a fine thing for me. You know, I used to be quite a warrior in my day. Let me show you a thing or two. You should speak to my daughter, Yvette. She's the brains of the family.
You heard of Ravenscourt Hollow? Cave on the island to the west. Places a roost for those foul hag ravens. I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee. Pine Moon Cave is down to the southwest, but
May the divines guide and keep you.
There's stories. Got to thinking. Vampires, beyond the Dragonborn. I just don't know it yet.
Co robił tego?
Seems there's no... Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Anytime you need arms or armor. Sword. Never rests.
If those Whiterun guards can take down a dragon, so can we. Got it. It's open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time.
Oh god.
Some come to buy, but others... This one needs something? All right, but if you get arrested, do not blame it on
Ale
me.
drogi. Ojoj.
I welcome you, friend. How may I serve you? Take a look. I hope that you will lead you to warm sands again.
Still here. What do you want me to carry? Let's get going then.
The longer we travel, take a look. May the sun keep you warm. This land of bitter cold.
To świątynia. Drogę trzeba...
Tour. Wares and weapons, all for sale at fair prices.
We're here to teach you a lesson.
What?
Won't leave here alive. Get back, huh?
O ty kurwa! Dawny szklany golem. Nie. Ale bogaty chłop. Co to dał? Ja pierdolę. Zapłacił 200 zł. Dobra, zobaczymy. Zobacz. Awros. Chwila. Awros to nie jest kowal, którego jebałem w Mortalu? No tak. No no. Awros. To z innego moda. Jeszcze wysłał na mnie koniaczko. Zajebiście.
Still here?
Rady wózki. Gdzie kolumna?
I have nothing to say to you. Now move along, or I'll order my guard to attack.
Look at my temple lying in ruins. So much for the constancy of mortals, their crafts and their hearts. If they love me not, how can my love reach them? Restore to me my beacon, that I might guide you toward your destiny.
So you're the sneaky kind of person, huh? I'll have to keep an eye on you then. Especially whilst getting changed. Then again, you'll also need to keep an eye on me.
It is time for my splendor to return to Skyrim. But the token of my truth lies buried in the ruins of my once great temple, now tainted by a profane darkness skittering within. The necromancer Malkaran defiles my shrine with vile corruptions, trapping lost souls left in the wake of this war to do his bidding. Worse still, he uses the power stored within my own token to fuel his foul deeds. I have brought you here, mortal, to be my champion. You will enter my temple, retrieve my artifact, and destroy the Defiler.
Mm-hmm. I'm all good.
Mortals call it Dawnbreaker, for it was forged in a holy light that breaks upon my foes, burning away corruption and false life. You will enter my shrine, destroy Malkaran, and retrieve this mighty blade.
Co to było? Sofia, kurwa, lata ze mną.
Of course you will. I have commanded it. Go now. The artifact must be reclaimed, and Malkaran destroyed. Malkaran has forced the doors shut, but this is my temple, and it responds to my decree. I will send down a ray of light. Guide this light through my temple, and its doors will open.
Było dobre, jakby powiedział... O, to spadamy. Ja. Lądowała.
I wouldn't want to mess with you. Although, don't think that outfit would stop me.
You know. Odół.
You're trying to upstage me, aren't you? Well, I take it by trade you mean dump all your useless junk on me. Fine.
Tarczy nie użyję.
Okay then. They'll either be dead or with significantly less gold before they know what's hit them. Oh, sorry. I need to be quiet.
Prawda? No.
this is going.
Oh. Chyba. Kurwa, to są demony. O! Zachodu. Rani? Ano rani. A kolejny demon. Słabe.
still here. Let then. Wow, that's impressive.
One joke. Który z was usłuchał? Który z was jest za głośno?
say incest? I meant incense. The smell really gets up my...
Mistrzem w zgadywaniu.
like where this is going.
No. Ja widzę magów. Mogę wziąć? Kurwa mać.
I don't like where this is going.
Próbujemy.
Boost!
No.
You won't get away.
It is done. The Defiler is defeated. Take Dawnbreaker from its pedestal.
Oh, I hope that wasn't valuable. Actually, what do I care?
Malkorin is vanquished. A new day. Take the mighty Dawnbreaker. It matters not.
I get a lot of looks from people.
Samo grabimy ich.
With their arrow, or stabbing me with this sword, and then walk away laughing.
No to w jaskini ludzie nadziani wyjątkowo.
Behind you.
Malkoran is vanquished. Skyrim's dead shall remain at rest. This is as it should be. This is because of you. A new day is dawning, and you shall be its herald. Take the mighty Dawnbreaker, and with it purge corruption from the dark corners of the world. Wield it in my name, that my influence may grow. It matters not. The plant cares nothing for the rays that bring it the warmth of the sun. As you carry Dawnbreaker, so will my light touch the world.
Beautiful. Oto wkurwił. Pancerz. Nice bikini.
Here we go.
Oh. A nie chcę tam spać. Albo i muszę. No.
Wolf Queen, hear our call and awaken. We summon Potema. We summon Potema. Long have you slept the dreamless sleep of death, Potema. No longer. Hear us, Wolf Queen. We summon you. We summon Potema.
Fuck. There's one. Куда я? Пора. Ангар. На планы, план. Dobra, otwarcie. Wyjdzie.
Yes! Yes! Return me to this realm! As our voices summon you, the blood of the innocent binds you, Wolf Queen. Summon with words bound by blood. What? What are you doing? You fools! You cannot bind me to your wills. Summon with words bound by blood. You ants don't have the power to bind me. Something is wrong. There is an intruder.
This. What the?
What was that? Someone there.
I'm all ears. Well, not literally, of course.
Yeah.
Chodź na dzisiaj.